Welcome back to episode 2 of RimWorld. We're picking up exactly where we left off. The only thing I've done is I've laid an extra strip of power lines just for some extra redundancy in case something bad should happen. So I think first thing we're going to do is make sure our heater is set up okay. You can see down the bottom left we have a target temperature of 70, which I think is fine. But you can increase or decrease the power by using this +2 or -2 or +18 or -18, depending on how you want to do it. The good thing about the heater is it will just turn on whenever it's not the target temperature. So if it was really cold and you actually wanted it to be really cold, you could just make it really low and you don't have to worry about it displacing heat like I said the cooler would. So I think right now we're going to let these guys keep working. We got our extra turbine up. And I would like to place around, a turret or something. We need to keep mining some steel. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a turret. For right now, I'm going to have, I think I'm just going to kind of put it in the middle of our farm. Because I think if we get attacked, we can hide behind cover to make them come around this corner. So I'm just going to put that there and give them a couple more mining orders for over here. So now we just slowly build up. We're going to be getting some research done. I would like to get some floors put in, but we need more wood for that. There are a few different types of floors. You can see we have wood, metal, paved, concrete, sandstone, granite, limestone, slate, and marble. They all take their corresponding material. Now I'm laying a power strip out to our turret. And I'm actually going to build some sandbags around it to help for cover. So let's go to our security sandbags. I guess I have to wait for him to put the power line down, which is fine. There we go. So now the turret is powered. We're probably going to be losing our battery. Nope, we're actually still gaining a little bit. I'm still getting used to the wind turbines. They're actually pretty new for me. They used to just be the solar generator, and then you can actually research a tech, this geothermal power. And what it will allow you to do is use these steam geysers. And you build a very large structure over it that will turn that steam into electricity for your base, and it's very efficient and creates a good amount of power. But I think for right now we're doing okay. I will actually build a few extra sandbags, at least for right now, maybe in front of our house. I'm trying not to do too many because I don't want anyone attacking us to be able to use them for their own benefit. So it's just about where we position people. So I'm actually going to increase it to speed 3 and let them continue working. I would like this research to get done. And the game right now, the only thing it's telling us is that we have no trading capacity and we need a comms console. So let's look into that. So under miscellaneous, we have a comms console. This will let us talk to trade ships nearby. And it will also let us talk to the different factions nearby. So let's go ahead and build a comms console. We'll put one right here. This will be our little work area. So now if there's, say, like a bulk goods trader passing nearby, we would be able to talk to them and see what they have. Now in order for this to work, we need to have an orbital trade beacon. And you just put that in the middle of a stockpile. And anything in that stockpile you can use for trade. And whenever they send goods, they'll send it down around that stockpile, because that's where the orbital trade beacon is. So right now, I mean, we do have a good bit of silver. So I think I will build. You can see this is the radius for the orbital beacon. So anything within that radius will be available for trading. I'll go ahead and build one right there, and then I'll adjust our stockpile. A mysterious blight has destroyed our crops. So that's Randy Random's first strike. He has destroyed all of our crops, which is okay because we have a decent stock of food. And earlier I mentioned you can have food spoil. So you see these potatoes spoils in 26.3 days. Things like meat will spoil a lot quicker. So keep that in mind. If you're doing any sort of hunting, that it will spoil on you. Probably before you can use it if you hunt early on in the game. Got a little tongue-tied there. Alright, so we need to make this a little bit bigger. So I would like it to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. Oh, good, it stays there. I don't remember it used to doing that, so nope, now it's gone. It's okay. I know we need U1. I messed that up, so let's delete that and that. Stockpile. Why is that? I don't understand why that's being weird. Why are you being weird, stockpile? Is it too big? Is that what you're telling me? Let's try this again. Okay. This is a little tedious. I'm going to pause the recording while I do this because it's going to take me a minute. So, yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, we now have our stockpile shaped exactly in the radius of our trade beacon, giving us optimal range. Now we can do things like build weapon racks. I think I might actually do that along this wall. Unpause the game so time will pass. And I believe it's under furniture. We have steel equipment racks. Well, we would like to build... Yeah, I guess steel is fine. Let's rotate these. I don't think we can get... Yeah. So for now we'll just have those. Those will be used to store the different weapons that we get. So our colonists will be able to equip themselves and also trade those away. Eventually I'll build some more with the better weapons in other places. Ah, see, we had a trader in range, but I didn't know it because we didn't have a comms console earlier to tell me. I probably should have checked that. And we have another event. A group from Struggles Desert are visiting the colony. So they'll actually wander through here. Oh, and we finished stone cutting. That's great. So now we can actually build some stone buildings. And I would like to go ahead and get the gun turret cooling next. That way we fire 4 shots instead of a burst of 3. And that'll just help with our defense. So there are our friendly friends from the other colony. Now I'm not sure if you're playing multiple colonies that are alive at the same time on the same planet, if they'll visit each other. I think if that's not in the game, that would be a pretty cool feature. As long as them dying in the current world doesn't prevent them from living in the other one. Some sort of paradoxical deal. Alright, you know what? I'm actually going to check. Okay, we don't have anyone else here. So we can call, I'll show you the light diplomacy real quick. These are the Struggle Desert people. We can call them, and it shows Andy has a social skill of 5. They have neutral goodwill towards us, and we can offer a gift for 9 goodwill. That's expensive. That is extortion. I'm not going to offer them a gift, because I don't like them that much, because they want too much of my money. We have our little trees. Are they ready for harvest yet? I'm not sure what these trees look like when they're fully grown. None of them are ready for harvest yet. Well, we can harvest these little plants. And maybe chop a little bit more wood. Because I would like to get some floors down. We do have a good amount of silver up here, but I think... Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and mine a little bit more steel. And then I'll have them start work on this silver right here. Just a little bit. Where are you going? Oh, you were with them. Okay. Alright, so we're getting some wood, which is super great. I'm going to tell them to build some wooden floors in this whole area. I know I don't have enough stored, and they'll build it wherever they can. They won't be able to build it behind, like in this back corner, because I built this stuff. But that's okay. We shouldn't see it. We'll probably see it. I'm not sure. And I would also like wood right there. Dalky the herbalist is out mining away. Yep, I think I'm gonna have to deconstruct these walls just so I can build in this back corner, because that's probably gonna drive me insane. But I really needed to get them. It's taking me a while, so I'm glad I didn't wait. I needed to get them their nutrient paste dispenser. Yeah, I know I'm missing construction materials. It's because we don't have enough wood. I don't think cactus qualifies, but it's okay. Alright, so we've got some food sorted. We've got a little grove of trees growing. And we have a hall up where we can do our researching, trading. I would like to go ahead and build a stone cutter's table out of, yep, I can only build out of wood. But I'd like to go ahead and build that because I want to use that for stone buildings right away. And then first things first, I'm going to build a kitchen and probably a refrigerator or freezer. I'll probably do a freezer just because food never spoils in the freezer. So I'm going to deconstruct these walls so they can build the floors here, because that will drive me crazy. Alright, and we need to rebuild those walls now. And I will cancel these orders here. Eventually we will move this out. This will probably be like a dining hall area. So I think the kitchen I'll probably have over here to the left of our great hall. And I'll dig out some of this rock and just kind of embed it in the rock and put the freezer area in that spot too. So we'll do our kitchen next, and then we'll work on getting some rooms. One thing I forgot to build that I should probably go ahead and build is a little prison area. I think I'll probably build that in the mountain over here. Have a little door going in, and then a room about that big, and we'll put a few beds on the inside. I think I'll probably just give them, I'll go ahead and give them steel beds. Well, I don't know. Is steel better than... I can give sandstone beds? That's weird. Sure, I'll give you sandstone beds. We have enough for almost 2. Well, that... okay. I'll give steel beds, because we have a good amount of steel. And I will go ahead and give them a light and a heater. Now, I know they're supposed to be in prison, but I don't want them to suffer too much because I will most likely be trying to recruit them. So we will need to run some power lines. Oh, gun turret has finished. That's nice. So next, I think we will probably build, let's go with nutrient resynthesis, so we use less food per meal from our paste dispenser, because we need to be efficient until we get our kitchen up and running. So I'm actually just going to run power lines straight across here. Need a little bit of wood to finish that section, which that's okay. I'm looking for cacti to chop down. And let's get a nice steel door for our jail as well. And hollow out these rocks, and once the door is placed, we can click the bed and set it as prisoners. And it has to be in an enclosed room, and it will set all beds for that specific room to prisoner status. And we should also probably get a hospital bed just in case. I'll go ahead and use one out of sandstone blocks for the time being, and that will go right here. I know it's not super pretty, but it's definitely helping having everything in this section right now. So now we can click a bed over here since the door is placed, and click set for prisoners. And the target temperature, we'll set it down to, we'll say 68. And we'll do the same for here. So hopefully it uses a little less power. Make sure everyone's doing okay. You have a bite scar. I'm sorry, Andy. I guess you came with that. And Dalky's okay as well. So this bed we will set as medical. And if anyone's sick, they'll just go lay in this bed. And anyone set for doctoring will go take care of them and try to heal them up. We are flying through this research right now. We got our nutrient paste tech done. So, what do we want next? Well, we can get a proper hospital bed that'll increase the chance of successful medical work. Cremation for the corpses. The hydroponics we don't really need because we have a good amount of farmable area. Geothermal power I don't think we need because we're doing okay. I think we're going to go ahead and use the pneumatic picks so we can mine more efficiently. Now, keep in mind the order I'm doing things in is not applicable to all situations. So, you may not want to research things in the same order I'm doing them in. But, you may. It's a good starting point to have your turret be able to fire a little bit better and have your colonists use less food when using the nutrient paste dispenser. Alright, we do have our stone cutters table up, so I'm going to add a bill to show you how to set up work orders. So, we want to add bill, make stone blocks. Go to configure, and now we can set it to, you can either suspend it so it won't do anything, but it'll keep the work order. Do X times, so it will just do it until, like say you set it to do it 5 times, it'll do it 5 times, and then it'll cancel the work order. I like doing do until you have X. Excuse me. This recipe cannot have a target count because it has multiple or unpredictable products. Okay, that makes me sad. That means we have to do a work order for each different one, but that's alright. So we're going to show you the first one here, and then I will pause it, set up the other ones, and bring you back. So we'll set up one for sandstone chunks, and we want to do until I still can't, excuse me. This recipe cannot have a target count because it has multiple or unpredictable products. I don't understand. I really don't understand. Well, you know what? I want you to just do it forever then. There you go. So one thing to keep in mind is search radius. This applies to, I believe, all of the crafting benches. You can see as I 9, like how it was before is the whole map. But as I lower it, it will bring a circle. And I can't zoom out to show you the radius, but here, I'll do this. Now I can zoom out. So it shows you the area that they will go and search for an item. So if you lower this, they won't go all the way across the map. So I'm telling him to do this forever, but if I set it to say a radius of 30, he will only do it forever until he's used all of the rocks within that radius, and then he won't ever do it again until there are more. So we're going to set that up like that. That way we can get some stone blocks crafted up and make ourselves a kitchen, which we can go ahead and start mining out the section for. So I would like to use this as a dining hall eventually. So I think we're going to actually just attach the kitchen right onto here. So I'm going to mine out these areas. And we'll probably just have the kitchen, a small little room in here with maybe a chair and a plant or something like that. And we'll do the kitchen and the butcher shop as well. So he's just going at it, making blocks. Now I can actually start building buildings out of things. We have a good amount of limestone. How much does it take to make a limestone wall? It takes 6. So we don't even have enough to make a room. Now, one thing to keep in mind when you're making personal rooms is they don't like having small rooms. So when I first started playing, I would give them a 3x3 room, and they would be unhappy with the size. I believe 4x4 is where they don't care, and past that, they enjoy it. Like it's like right now, they get a bonus because this room's so big. They get a spacious interior bonus. I'm not sure if 4x4 gives that, or if you need to have it bigger than that. But I believe 4x4 is where they at least won't complain. So what we'll probably do is we'll build a room and see how it goes. A trade ship is passing nearby. Major corporation. They are exotic goods traders. Well, Andy, let's go talk to them. We'll see what they have. Alright, so this is the way the trading works. The stuff on the left is your stuff. The stuff on the right is their stuff. This money it's in silver. And if you want something, you click how it says 0, you click that, and then you drag it left to buy it, or drag it to the right to sell it. And as you can see, we can't sell them any of our stuff because they're exotic goods traders, so they're being super snobby. And the stuff they have is super expensive, like a golden military helmet for 14,000 silver. That's a lot. But you can see right off the bat, prosthetics. So maybe we'll get a bionic leg and give it to Andy. I would rather not. We'll save that for later. And do we want any steel sculptures or anything? Nope. Bionic eyes. An AI core, a hyper advanced computer core that houses a superhumanoid artificial intelligence. I believe you need these to make the ship to get off the planets. I've never actually done that, so that will be another one of our goals, along with making Andy a giant robot of doom. So things are just gonna go sort of business as usual for us. I will probably start pausing the recording, playing a little bit, that way things don't get super tedious, and I'll bring you back in case anything interesting happens or something that I would like to show you guys how it works. I think we will have to move our research bench because it is just in the way. But I think for right now we can probably go ahead and build our butcher and our cook stove. So let's go ahead and build the butcher. I know we don't have enough wood, so we'll build you right here, and then we'll build our cook stove right here, and then that will be the door going inside. Can we chop down our trees yet? No. Well, we need to go find some sort of wood. I don't really like having them go super far out because I don't want them to be out in case something drops in on the middle of us and then they're out and they can't help defend. So we have miner picks are 20% more efficient. I'm going to say okay. I'm not going to research anything else. I'm actually going to deconstruct the research bench so I can get this room set up, and I will research more stuff later. Now you can see our battery is actually full, so I think I'm going to build a second battery just in case. And once we get some stuff moved around, we'll build them tables and stuff. I might actually go ahead and do that now. Oh, we have a starship janitor is passing by. He is named Marco Shannon. So let's click him. He is a male town guard of Struggles Desert with a pistol. He's fully healthy and he's got some not that great stats. So one of the things you can do is you can have one of your colonists, let's say Mr. Lawrence here, select him. You can right click a person. You should be able to right click a person. You have to draft them first. So press R or click the draft button, and then you can right click your target and I can arrest him. Now what that'll do is that'll put him in jail. He is from Struggles Desert, which is a town nearby. They will not be happy about it. So that's something to keep in mind. Yes, I may eventually get him to join my colony, but I will also anger people and they might attack me. The trades vendor has left range, which that's fine. I would like to go ahead and get these floors built. And I'm going to be making this section out of some kind of stone. We're probably going to say limestone. We'll do limestone. So let's go ahead and build. I'm trying to decide. Let's plan here for a moment. Let's plan. We don't need that much space in here. This will be a wall for sure. And then I'll probably have a light somewhere like right there. That way they can see what they're doing. And then we will, I think, we'll have it come back one more. and then this will be our door inside, and then this will be our door to the fridge slash freezer. So I'm going to zone, delete zone, get rid of that section of the dump pile, and I will actually just make it a little bit longer. Now, one thing you can do, I've noticed, is these chunks, they will slow people down quite a bit. So if you have an area that you want to kind of hinder people from getting through, maybe make a dumping stockpile and line it with stone chunks, and that way they'll have a harder time getting in, and it'll give you a little bit more time to set up. I believe they also give you half cover, so maybe don't put them so close to where they can use them as cover, or at least pull them away, like kite them away. So we'll go ahead and mine that out. One thing to be aware of, mining, as you see here, will remove plans, which kind of annoys me a little bit. I think that should probably be changed. So we're going to build I would like an auto door here. Say a limestone auto door. That way, if they're carrying food, I don't want them to have to stop to open the door. And they're not super smart when they build, so something like a corner like this where it's backed up against a mountain, you may want to build one wall, let them finish that corner before queuing up the rest. So leave a gap like that, that way they can still get in there and build that section. And I will cancel that because that's where our door will be. And he is just going to town making those limestone blocks, which is great because we need them. I'd really love for you guys to build that corner. That would be pretty incredible. Alright, so I'm not going to set up bills yet because, well, I guess I will for the cook stove. So, the cook stove. We have 3 meal choices: simple meal, fine meal, and lavish meal. The simple meal is something we're going to be making right now because our cook is not super great. But you can see it takes 10 raw food, and it's just a very plain meal. They won't get any sort of bonus from it. But I believe it's better than them eating, well, I know it's better than them eating nutrient paste because nutrient paste makes them grumpy. So for meat, we have all sorts of different animals and even human meats you can cannibalize if you would like. It makes them unhappy, so maybe if you have some psychotic people or something, maybe that would be good. And then our different vegetable products, fruits, potatoes. So I'm going to do until we have, since there are 3 of us, I always would like 3 meals. So let's do minus make until you have 3, and the search radius I'm actually going to make, I guess for right now I'll make it a little bit bigger because we don't have our stockpile set up for our fridge slash freezer. But once that gets set up, I'll come in here and edit the work order. So we're going to close that, and it says 2, 3. So we're going to make that until we have 3 of them on hand. Once we have 3, they'll not make anymore. Fine meal, you can see recipe cannot be made because we don't have someone with a cooking of 6. So we will get rid of that. And I want to make sure that the herbalist is the only one cooking. The commissar is actually cooking. Why is that? Is your skill higher? Your skill is not higher. I want you to be my cook. And I need to look over their stats real quick because I believe Andy might be better at crafting. Nope. Well, I guess he's been getting stuff, so that's fine. You can craft there, buddy. But I want Dalkey to be the only one that cooks because I want Dalkey to get really good at it and be our farmer slash cook and take care of people. So next we have the butcher table, which butcher creature configure. You can see buried corpses, so if we bury like a human or something, you can butcher them and eat them. You'll just butcher the meat. It won't actually be used for cooking unless you allow it to be used in the cooking bill. So again, if you have maybe some crazy colonists or you want to torture them, sure. But right now, animal corpses, I always set it to do forever, and then make the search radius the same way I do for the cook stove, so it'll be small, and they'll bring the dead animals that they hunt back, stick them in the fridge or freezer, and then they'll get butchered, and we'll get some leather from it and some meat as well. But I'm not going to do that right now because we don't have any animals, and I don't want any animals being killed and wasted. So we will do that, get that all sorted. As for floors, I think we're just going to go ahead and do limestone tile, keep with the theme of the limestone. And it looks like we may not be able to because we're running out, so maybe we should do slate tile. How much does that take? 160. We'll see what we get. I think we have, this is limestone up here. I could have them carry some. Let's have them haul some of this stone over. And some of that as well. So that is slate. I actually would like a slate floor. So for right now, hopefully I don't forget, I'm actually going to turn off the power to the prison room because we don't need it and I don't want to waste electricity. And it's kind of surprising we haven't had a raider attack yet. So furniture, we're going to build a standing lamp right here in the middle so they can see what they're doing. And I'll probably build a couple little benches inside, maybe some plants, that way they can sit and talk on their break if they want to hang out in the kitchen. And then the freezer, I might actually just leave as rock for right now. So let's go ahead and mine out a section here. And we'll do it to here. And then this right here, you have to have your, you can't have a wall. You don't build the cooler in a wall. So you need to take down the wall and build it, and it will count as part of it. So once that gets mined out, we'll put our little cooler unit right there, and it will vent the heat out and keep this area nice and toasty. And I would like to build another door. Structure, limestone auto door right there. Takes steel and limestone because it is an auto door. And we will need to run some power cables as well. So what do we have? We do have limestone. I think I'm gonna finish out this wall so I can run power cables through it. But for right now, we'll just leave the rest as rock. And as we're building, we're slowly making ourselves a nice circle that will keep our area defensible. I would like to put our homes somewhere near here, probably to the right side of our farms. And we'll try to build them in a way to create little streets and stuff so it looks nice, and also, militarily speaking, has function. Because you can, if you choose, build in an area with mountains, or like come down here and just build your whole little city in here, and then maybe go outside for farming and then wall in. But I usually don't like to do that. And the pirates won't just come and attack you. They will actually build mortar areas, mortar camps, and they will bombard you until they see fit to not. So we're going to build our limestone walls and our cooler. We'll go, so rotate it so we want it to cool. The blue will be on the inside. And I will actually finish out this section up here, because it looks like we're going to have, is that limestone? Yeah, looks like we'll have enough limestone. Alright, we have a group of pirates from the Fearful Gang have dropped in right on top of you. They are attacking immediately. That is literally right there. So everyone to arms. We want to hit R to draft them all. And I'm going to bring them in the Great Hall for right now. Lawrence is our shooter. So I think we'll probably put him maybe back here by the turret. And Andy is our other shooter. I want him kind of defending. Dalkey has a knife. I want Dalkey to not be anywhere near there, so I have drafted him. I'm not going to use him, but because I'm telling him to go inside, he's not going to go out and, haul things around and get himself shot. So we're going to go at ×1. They're coming in. Our turret already has them in their sights. They're going for cover right now. So let's see what's going on. As you can see that Andy's leaning around his wall, so it's providing him nice cover. Lawrence gets an amazing shot, and they are trying to flee right now. Maybe we'll get this guy, and we can capture him and try to... Nope, dead. Everyone's dead. Alright, well, good job, everyone. Make sure you undraft people. That is very important. It's usually not that big of a deal when you're in a firefight like this. You'll say, hey, they're standing still. But maybe you're up here fighting, and you have to rescue someone, and they get carried all the way back to your home, your base, and they get put in a medical bed. The person standing next to the medical bed won't actually leave until you tell them to do stuff. So make sure you undraft everyone. They will stand there and starve to death. They're not that smart. So undraft all of you. Now we got a couple new pistols, which is great. They brought some food for us, which is okay. And I'm actually going to have Lawrence strip the body, and Andy, can you strip that body too? And then we'll have their clothing available for trade. And we will build some graves. Let's see. Under miscellaneous graves, where do we want to build some graves? I think we'll build some graves back out here. We'll build some graves, and then they'll get hauled to the graves. So we have some pants and a shirt, and we got a couple pistols, which is great. And you can see that, let's see, Lawrence here. Witnessed a stranger's death. -3. So he gets a little sad from seeing someone dead and from observing a corpse. But we need these built. And Dalkey, I would like you to go ahead and equip a pistol instead of a knife. Andy, if you would be so kind as prioritize building the grave, and Dalkey cannot because you are not a constructor. Dalkey, why are you not constructing things? He is our only one. I want all of you. I definitely should have seen that sooner. And repairing, I want everyone to repair as well. So Dalkey, you can cook. Lawrence, come work on some graves. Andy, I would like you to haul the spacer. And we will increase the speed again. And if you could haul that marine over here. That way people won't be too sad. I was really hoping that one of them would have gotten injured instead of just outright died. Tower. And once that gets done, and we enclose our little wall over here, which I will go ahead and do, we will have a freezer set up. So this is another super long episode. Didn't look at the time, but that's not such a bad thing. So that's going to be the end for this one. We had a nice little bit of expansion, construction done, getting our kitchen set up. We got some work orders set up. We had our first little encounter with the pirates, and everything went pretty well. We have a good amount of food. We have decent amount of other supplies, and we're hanging in there. We're surviving. So that's going to be the end of episode 2. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.